see what everything I'm looking at in this thing. What's going on? Just dropping in. What's up, Lawrence Williams? Just dropping in and see what everybody's up to. Not doing any flying today. I'm actually away on a little trip. Just thought I'd pop in and see what everybody's been up to. Won't be on here long though, so I got somewhere I need to go, somewhere I gotta be. So, it's sunny. Man, the sun is beaming here in Orlando. What's up, Mountain RC? You say you got rain. Gonna start prepping for paint on the K8. Nice. Nice. What you thinking about doing to it? What's your, well, what colors do you plan on using? I would say that. Or what scheme you got in mind? Whatever it is, I know it's gonna be amazing. What's up, cool guy GT7? I'm just popping in here, guys. If y'all coming in, just popping in to see what everybody's been up to. Not doing any flying today. I'm away on a trip with my kids. We are in Orlando, Florida. So, and I must say, it is hot here. It is definitely hot. So yeah. Thank you, cool guy, for the sub. What's going on, Dan? Don Henry. Don Henry. How you doing, man? I'm going to go through here and kind of do a little roll call. We got Lawrence Williams, Mountain RC, Cool Guy GT7, Megan Joy 1, Matt Grits going corporate. I like that. Far Lily, Don Henry, Cool Guy. Oh no, you already got you, Cool Guy. And yeah, and then the people who are in the background, welcome to the channel. Just doing a little quick live stream, like I said, just see what everybody's up to. Mountain RC says you're gonna do the Bolivian scheme. I don't think I know what that is. It's a camel green and brown and tan camo. Okay. I can't wait to see that. Australia RC Planes. Jesus loves you. Thank you. He loves us all. Oh, it's a South American scheme. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Let me see just to see what the scheme looks like, if I can find it. But I'm pretty sure you know what it's gonna look like. I'm just gonna wait to see what it looks like when you're done with it. I know it's gonna be awesome. Don Henry says, I got to fly on Friday. Tried those new CNHL's high voltage packs. CNHL got high voltage packs now? Yeah, there was no show this week. I actually left for Florida on Friday. Um, and I had to do a lot of running around on Thursday, and I think Bobby had some stuff he had to take care of on Thursday. So yeah, we did a skip. We did a skip on this one. Um, Probably be resuming next week. We'll be back the next week. CNHL lightning packs are high voltage. Hmm. A 6S6000 for $75? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. What's going on, everybody, in the background? We got 18 people in the chat, 18 people in the room. Let's see if we get 18 likes. But if not, it's still cool that you're here. I appreciate you. But man, I gotta check out the CNHLs. Didn't know that they were making high voltage packs now. But yeah, guys, I am hanging out here in Orlando, and I'm gonna be flying out tomorrow morning, headed back to North Carolina, back in Raleigh. So it's kind of peeping out what's going on around me too at the same time. Trying to give you guys a shot of my scenery here. It's actually kind of nice out here today. Oh, it was nice out here yesterday too. I mean, it's Florida. It's probably nice out here every day, except for, get too close to water, you're gonna catch a croc somewhere. But apparently, the location I'm in is in between Universal, Uptown, and Disney. So this area gets to be pretty busy at times. Like just earlier this morning, I was out here and the traffic was wild, and I'm like, what in the world? Ooh, thanks for the link, man. Yeah, I'm gonna hop back in here and I'm gonna check that out. So do you feel like they give you better flight time? Are they feeling lighter? Are they still feeling like the same weight as a regular? Because like the thing about the high voltage packs that I've been noticing, SMC and Eternity, is that they're lighter in weight. They even feel lighter in weight. So if you're saying two of them at 6,000 milliamps, so do the 6,000 CNHL standard LiPo feel heavier than the CNHL high voltage? Because that's a deal breaker too, the weight. Or do they feel about the same in weight? Hey, Victor. Hey, Victor. Hey, Victor. Victor, you was on that live stream last night, Victor. I want to ask you about that live stream you was on last night. I want to know, uh, what do you think about they were talking about flight simulators, and there's flight simulators that you can get like Real Flight, the one that Dyna makes, stuff like that, and then there's the one that that they were talking about on the cell phone that you could download for free, and so forth and so forth. Do you think that this is for all of you guys that's in the RC, flying RC planes and stuff like that? Uh, do you believe that the simulator on the phone, where you're making contact with the screen on your phone, will help you learn how to fly better? Will help you learn how to fly, period, versus purchasing an actual flight simulator for RC planes that gives you a transmitter to actually hold in your hand. Definitely lighter. My 4,000 milliamp hour LiPo feels way heavier than the plane popped off the way easier. Wow. Okay, Don Henry, I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, so RC flying variant, you said no. Yeah, I agree with you on that, because it, you're holding a phone in your hand, just like I'm holding my phone in my hand right now, and you're basically just sliding around on the touch screen. You're not actually feeling stick pressure. A transmitter is gonna give you feedback pressure because there's a spring in the transmitter to return the aileron and elevator controls back to center. So you got that spring pressure there that's going to return it back to center, that you're going to feel. That's that feedback you're going to get from it. Not only that, there's the feedback you're going to get from the plane, if the plane is flying heavy or not. um, but that's even outside of the simulators altogether. Phone sims are for thumbers. Yeah, and yeah, that's another thing too. You can only thumb on phone sims. But now the stream that I was watching, the fellow was saying that you can get a controller to hook up to the phone sim, and you can use that, but it still doesn't give you that. You know, you need to have that weight of the transmitter in your hand. So you can feel what you're dealing with, or what you're going to be dealing with when you go for your first actual flight. The motion is the same, but limited for sure. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely it's not going to give you the same feel, because I played with the flight sim on my phone before. Actually, it's a real flight simulator, and um it's not the same. And I actually, it's not Real Flight by like Horizon or nothing, but I have the one that Horizon sells, the Real Flight simulator that Horizon sells, but I actually bought it off Steam, and I just got the dongle and paired my actual transmitter to my dongle, and I used my IX-14 to fly on the flight simulator, as well as my IX-12, which I still own. Um, but the thing is that you are not gonna have that feedback from the transmitter. The feedback, the spring tension from the transmitter. You're not gonna have that stuff that's gonna, you're gonna be able to make some sense out of. Also, switches. If you're dealing with something that has landing gear or has flaps, you're not gonna have those switches in position. On the phone, it's like, okay, you should download and try again. Yeah, I mean, I've tried it after learning how to actually fly, and I'll be honest with you, it's like playing a game to me now. Like I get on there and I just kind of just, woo woo woo, like it's like playing a game. But as far as the feel goes, it doesn't feel the same because when you're throttling back, to try to slow the jet down so you can get it in for the landing, it just doesn't have the same. It doesn't have the same realistic feel as it is you're playing with Real Flight Simulator from that you purchased from Horizon. Um, all of those physics are not. They're just kind of over the top. They're not. They're not as close to being as good as they should. Which, let's see here. Let me go to the comments. I can't fly on the phone. Flight sims very well. And then Don Henry, well, I use RF trainer with my actual flying transmitter. I do it for the same reasons you're saying. Yeah, because now you're getting familiar with your transmitter. Or even if you're not using, if you're using the Spectrum Real Flight Simulator, and you have a Spectrum radio, well, the radio that the corded plug-in that they give you, it feels and sits in your hand just like a real flight simulator. I'm not sorry, real flight, like a transmitter from Spectrum will sit in your hand. You download the turbine jets on the sim to practice. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, you can do that. You could do that. You could download turbine jets on there. There's all kinds of other flight simulators out there. I just don't think that phone flight sims are gonna prepare you for, I just don't feel like you should waste your time looking at a phone flight sim, because a phone flight sim is gonna give you one idea of a flight sim, and then you're gonna be like, oh well, let me go and purchase, a flight simulator. Now you purchased a flight simulator, and you see that it's not the same. It doesn't fly the same. It just doesn't fly the same. So I disagree with that whole idea of that's how you can learn how to fly. No, it's more like if you want to play with flying. If you want to play with flying, download it on your phone and play with flying. It's not going to give you a good simulation of how to fly RC airplanes or any kind of RC aircraft or anything. It's setting you up for a failure, because you're going to take that same rule on the cell phone, and you're going to go try to apply it to an Aero Scout or apply it to an Apprentice if you decide to jump past buying an actual sim. And you're going to find yourself crashing the plane real quick. Any new project plans? I am currently converting my AF model F-22 to a turbine. So I'm converting that to a turbine. I'm on the fence about bringing my well, I'm not on the fence. I'm trying to figure out how to bring my free wing F-15 back as either a 105 mil or a 100 mil and 10S it, not 12S, but 10S it. So that's another thing I'm working with. What else that I got going on as far as projects? That's basically about it. That's the only two projects I'm working with right now. It's the F-22, and because I already got it gutted, I just need to basically just um, put all of my stuff in there, all of my the heat reflective shielding and stuff on the phone. Put all that in place. I already have the fuel tank, the UAT. I had all that stuff, everything ready to go. Once I get everything put in there and all that stuff in there, then of course get the turbine and balance out the plane for CG. Then yeah, we'll be good to go. I'll put it in the chat, the weight difference of the CNJL regulars. Yeah, thanks, Mountain RC. Because I'm definitely going to look into those CNHL. I need to buy some more packs. So I want to try those CNHLs out. Because I've done the SMCs, now I've done the Turnigies. And so I wouldn't mind seeing what those CNHLs are like. Bluegrass says, I'm finishing up on my 3M Leonard taxi test, but it's a bit, I got the sun in my screen. Hang on. Oh, taxi tested a bit last night. I got the sun in my screen. Couldn't see nothing. And then you got Don Henry. Also asks, how you use your sim makes a difference. I only practice approaches and landings. Work on your weaknesses. Yep. And that's what I did. I practiced on my flight sim. I practiced landings. I practiced takeoffs. This is all when I was first starting, guys. I practiced the takeoff. I practiced the landings. I practiced the approach. And then after I got that down, I started practicing rudder turns, because that's one thing that a lot of people don't do. They just throw a mix in and they say, oh, I'll just do a mix with rudder to aileron to get you. No, rudder turns. No, I actually practice rudder turning so that I can use the rudder and my ailerons to make my turns instead of relying on the transmitter to do it for me. Because there's going to be a situation where you're going to need to know how to use that rudder, because you're going to come in on a crosswind and you need to be able to slip that sucker in. And if you don't know how to use that rudder, well, you're going to find yourself in a bad way. Yep. People forget about that left stick. They think that left stick is only for throttle. It is not for throttle only. That left stick is for also maintaining a smooth and correct flight path. Victor, I don't know why you don't have a... I'm going to give you a wrench, Victor. You should have had a wrench a long time ago. Let's see, we're gonna throw some wrenches out. You guys are always in here chatting with me when I'm on here. So we're gonna throw out some wrenches. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize Connor slipped up in here. Hey Connor. Yeah, Connor M3D up in here. He flies at a field that's local to me. Windy here this weekend. Yeah, it's well, back at home where I fly at, it's like 50 something degrees and raining. in North Carolina. But like I say, I'm here in Florida, and it's oh God, I'm sweating standing here. I need to go get myself ready for uh, for the event that I'm going to. Tim Burks, hey Will, got the K8. My wing, my wing wasn't, my wing, my wing light wasn't working. Pulled the wing off, plug pushed in, the quad plastic plug holder. Yeah, you had to straighten out the pin. Took it out. The plug works fine now. Yeah, I had, when mine came to me, I had a pin fitment issue too. I had to just straighten out the pins, and everything went together well, and everything worked like it should. And I haven't had any more problems with it after that either. But it's one heck of a flying bird though, man. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Yes, sir. That is one heck of a flying bird. Got one flight yesterday before all the wind. Yeah, yeah. I went out with my F-22 one afternoon when I just needed to burn off a couple of batteries, and I went out there and it was gusting pretty good. I think it was gusting like 20 something miles an hour. And I landed that plane and I said, yeah, you know what? Now I'm gonna pack it up and go home. I'll just put whatever I got left on discharge. Bluegrass headed to the field, hoping winds calm down some. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go sit out there and wait it out. I know me and Bobby's done that quite a few times. We just go out there and we sit out there, and we wait it out till it comes down some. And depending on what we got with us, that K8 don't care. You can take that thing out in 20 something mile an hour gust, and it's like, hey, I don't care. I mean, the F-22 doesn't either. It's just, I wouldn't do it with a crosswind, but you know, if you got a headwind, it's fine. Crosswind just gets a little finicky with that thing. Other than that, I'll take it out if I got a headwind going straight down the runway. That could be 20 miles an hour gust. I'll still take it. 25, I'll still take it. Only thing I don't like about the gust is, and you guys, I know y'all know this. The gust is like, you're coming in to land, you're getting ready to set up the land, and then all of a sudden the wind picks up. And the wind is blowing, and it's blowing straight at you, nice strong headwind. And you're like, okay, I know what I'm dealing with. You're coming in on the approach, you set the flaps the way you need to set them, and you got your power where it needs to be at, and then right as you're getting ready to touch down, you're like probably about 10 to 6 feet off the ground. The wind stops. And it's like, oh my God, the wind just quit. Now you gotta quickly add power back. And I know for turbine that can't be fun for turbine, because you don't get that instant response like EDF does, you know. So yeah, then this is like when the wind stops on that, it's just like you just watch your plane just drop. Like it'll drop 3 feet real quick. If you don't, you know, Johnny on the spot, you'll drop it all the way to the ground. But yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about the winds when it's not predictable. I like it if it's gonna be, if I'm gonna deal with 25 mile an hour winds gusting, I don't want that wind to be dropping less than 7 miles an hour from what it's gusting. So that means, I guess if I'm flying in 25 mile an hour winds, I don't want the winds to be less than about 18 miles an hour consistent. If that makes sense to you guys. Because, you know, at least I still got a good pressure going. If it's holding an 18 consistent and gusting 25, you know, it's real close. So, you know, when the gust decides to fall off, I still got some air moving up under my wings. So Free Wing Cougar. No, I have not experienced the Free Wing Cougar. That's one I haven't flown. So you're flying on your K8, you're flying 6S 5000 all the way forward for CG. Yeah, 5000, you got to push that thing all the way towards the front to achieve CG. 6000, you can set it midways, like midpoint of between the two straps. So you got the two straps, you can straddle the two straps, you know, have the battery straddle the two straps or whatnot. You go start going higher than that, one of those big packs like that 7500 that I was flying, you're gonna have to push it backwards. I think you actually end up being, you either end up being at the edge of the front strap with the battery, or you end up being out of the front strap and only on the rear strap. What's touchy with the narrow gear? We talking about the K8? Are we still talking about the K8? Victor? Is that what you're referring to? The narrow gear on the K8? The Cougar. Okay, yeah, I can say I don't know anything about the Cougar. I haven't experienced the Cougar. So I can't speak on it. But I tell you what is touchy. The goddamn F-16, that sucker will turn over on you in a heartbeat when you're on the ground. You yank that front steering a little too hard on that sucker, it's gonna roll over. High and low rates on the K8. So my high and low rates on the K8 are by the book. My rates are by the book on the K8. I think the only thing that's not by the book, I want to say I changed the flaps a little bit. But I can't remember what I changed them to. And I'm not at home to put my hand on the bird. But the high and low rates for the flight, I got them set by the book. And it flies great on high rates with wind. With wind on high rates, it's no problem. You can take off on high rates. You can land it on high rates with the wind. If you want to go low rates, you can. I don't like the way it rolls on low aileron rates. The roll is not all that great, but I mean the elevator authority is still good. Still got pretty good elevator authority. Give you a nice smooth turn, but now I do have, I want to say I got a little bit slightly more expo than the book rates for high rates, but low rates is definitely set by the book. See what time it is, guys, because I gotta, okay, it's 12:19. Guys, I'm gonna have to go ahead and cut this short because I gotta get to, we're down here in Florida for my daughter's cheer competition. She's all part of the all-star cheerleading team. So that's what we're here for, and it's about time for me to get ready so we can head on out there. So just glad you guys popped in, though. It's nice talking with y'all, and when I get back to the garage, to the hangar, I'll definitely pop back in and chat with you guys on Monday. So yeah, stay tuned for that, because I'll be back Monday morning. So I'll get myself settled in, get a little bit of rest, and then I'll pop on Monday and see what you guys got going on, and we'll talk more from there. All right, until next time, I appreciate all of y'all for popping in here. Aussie Pilot Will out.